Aaronville is eager to be off to Piarionen Plain. Apparently practicing it 3 times wasn't enough. Piarionen. Come, let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can still see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself, though if you peek through the windows you can probably catch a glimpse of. Enough jabbering, Shenza. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. We'll see you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It's on the way after all. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. Mewa Hetson should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. Such beauty. I know more than a few gleaners who would love to explore this land. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Mawe Hetson, but I do know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of Sheshinoetsi Springs. The waters nearby are just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I am Huato, chief of the Mewat Zone, and this is my son, Shepeto. A pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome, and apologize for our sudden intrusion. I'm Walika, station master of Jacques Tourelle Railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Rain and Aaronville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You've a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and the faintest hint of fresh fruits, but not of any sort with which I am familiar. I gather you are not from these lands. I hail from Eorzea. I am a traveler of the star. Truly? I would love to know more of you and the lands you have seen. I am told your people hold your traditions in the highest, yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso in particular have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads, the Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason, I believe, that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see, that word, Hetso. It means leader of souls in the Hetsaro tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetso among the Hetsaro. Here, we look to the Ranik for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of aetherites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. Like trains. We will furnish you with the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me. Okay, maybe trains are not the problem, but I have a feeling it's going to be something about this. I don't know. Let's see. Something related to the harvesting of ceruleum, surely. Or maybe he just wants to hear stories. I don't know. This tent is made with the hide and bones of Ranique. I wonder what else they are used for here. If they follow the Ranique with the seasons, it makes sense that they would live in tents that can be broken down and transported easily. Say, do you like to hunt? And what weapons do you like to use? I will speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. Ranique have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Husatawi mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum, Shaloni has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are a part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Ranique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this, we can't help but worry. Understandably, I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Hetzaru, but all of Shaloni. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Valkoana. Valkoana, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently... how shall I put this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. But he's growing. Mind your tongue, Shepeto. While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. His journeys have changed him for the better. He's a bit awkward, so he tends to get misunderstood. He's a passionate man who cares for his people like his sister. I think his journeys have changed him for the better. So in the course of traveling with him, you witnessed him change with your own eyes. Whoops. Rain fought beside Valkoana in the right of succession. I'd take his word over rumors. You took part in the right of succession? You're that close to the Dawn servants. I was grateful for any help, but had no idea I had recruited a bona fide hero. The succession of Dawn servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Valkoana for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he would do the same. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for your timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Ranique foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad, and if needs be, we'll seek Valkoana's counsel. My thanks again for your time and the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. Damn, these are like the best Mikote I've ever met. We have to carry all of this back to the station? We've more than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we need to transport it to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I round up a few more hands and the Ranik? I won't be long. I'm glad that went well, and thankfully it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Let's go get this ether current. I don't remember the MSQ. Oh, it's right here anyways. I'll just shut my mouth and stop being a moron. Hiya. It had to happen sooner or later. This is just the way it goes. Always miss one aetherite. Yes, but thankfully I realize I forget to attune. I'm not too far from it. I'm so fast that it would be unfair if I used Cloud Spike. And the land would tremble. Erenville regards the pile of timber with undisguised wariness. While we wait, we could get started moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. Oh, right, this part. I love when we carry comically large crates over our head. Look at how big this fucking crate is. Strong Lalafell. Can even jump with it, no problem. I should think this will be enough. That was mighty kind of you to move all that lumber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. We'll see to the rest. Once we've repaired the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? As much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. You'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid, but you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and no few others were here long before we arrived. It's only right they go before us. I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. And Nita Weekwood will be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be worried about is our own, Shenza, and we've still more to do. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Yyasulani you're keen to see, I'll leave you to it. Think I've had enough, Texas? Had your fill of the sights? Well, they appear to have almost finished. Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play. Wait for the train to depart from the station? Yes.
Glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Here she comes!
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion!
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Thrall. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yyasulani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream. Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yyasulani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Uh-oh.
Not another one!
You can't be serious.
Well, that doesn't seem like just an earthquake.
Gods have mercy.
Flying! What's happening?
Oh, the train! Nitobikwe and the others!
Flying what now? Was he gonna say what in the flying fuck?
Was that way as well.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
Johnny Silverhand's Imperial fleet.
What in the world? Are they heading for Tuliolal?
We need to get back right away. We need to follow that airship. I'm more interested in following the airship. Wherever they go, Tuliolal or not. Hiya.
Thanks for Fent.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone!
What the?
I don't know what they are, but they're not men.
Yeah, that was bad advice from Cryo. This is not the time for remaining calm.
Someone help me, please!
Hiya. That sword looks awesome though. Why are they sucking their balls?
What did it just do?
Thank you.
Save the face. Just get to safety.
Okay, Bakojaja redemption arc beginning. He's got the ways to go, but it's a start, it's a start.
I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace.
Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Bakojaja.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to take my blade next?
Yeah. Oh. Captain Ram is here. He lives then. Oh my goodness. Mr. Raja.
That you should still live.
Sriracha?
By the gods. What has happened to you?
I played Cyberpunk 2077. I liked it a lot.
This is your butchery, isn't it? After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
He's gonna kill his dad, isn't it?
My demand is simple.
Or did he already?
The dissolution of Tuli Yolal and
No, not yet.
surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you gone mad?
No, my ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time?
So Galul Jaja really didn't anticipate that Zoralja would... I guess that's finally something that he didn't anticipate has happened.
Harm the very people you swore to serve.
He doesn't know that Zoralja's power is from the Golden Gate.
This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
Disown him.
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer.
Yeah, Zoralja does look kind of badass though.
By my hands, I will end your madness.
No, I don't want you to die, Galul.
I should be the one to do this.
I don't want you to die either.
No. His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Zoralja is strong. He has never been father's equal in combat.
Hello, did you not see the cyberpunk army he rode in on?
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
No. Damn. My man's got auto-res technology. That's OP. Game breaking.
What? How?
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
Nani? No. Aya.
Papa?
Even the blessed are mortal.
Father!
You are no match for me.
Murderer. On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title. Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Sriracha, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuli Yolal. Choose your next steps wisely.
Maybe they can heal Galul Jaja. He's still breathing at least. Maybe it'll be okay. 12, have mercy. At least this guy's still alive too, Captain Ram. I thought maybe they had killed him, but they just stole the keystones. Could be worse. Father, no. This cannot be. How could this happen? I can scarcely believe my eyes. We did everything we could. Everything. But it simply wasn't enough. No. Papa can't die. He can't. Feels like an appropriate time for the quest complete sound effect to be so triumphant. Everyone's voice still the same. No time for tears. Uklamat is struggling to process what she has just witnessed. How could this happen?
Enough. I am beyond saving.
Father, please. You can't give up.
Are you there, oh friend?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Look after my children.
What? I'm an old fossil like you. I've only got so many years left. But if that's what you want, it would be an honor.
You and I must go on another journey together someday.
Aye, you can count on it.
Oglamat. Kona.
Yes, Papa.
The graves of the Yokwi. You saw them, yes? I always found their teachings comforting.
Please, Father, you must save your strength.
Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we are never truly gone. Through you, my hopes survive. Through you, I live on. So do not mourn me. Walk tall and see our nation to a brighter future.
I don't understand. If only I'd been more careful. At a time like this, we must take the initiative. There will be countless people in need of help. We must see to the people, assess casualties, as well as any damage done to the city, yes. Golo Jaja was so proud to be succeeded by his children. To think that he will never get to see them carry on his legacy. What can we do now? Right, so, Val Wuklamat, Valkona, I bring word from the city. The enemy has withdrawn, and the Landsguard have begun rendering aid to the people. Casualties within our ranks have hindered progress, but we continue to do all that we can. I thank you for the report. Please inform the Guard they are to prioritize such efforts until further notice. The people. I need to help them. We will assist you in whatever way we can, of course. Thank you, thank you. There are sure to be wounded everywhere, more than I could count. We'll split up and help all of them. You can count on us. Alphino and Alice, could you take Bayside Bebby, and Kryl and Aaronville, the palace perimeter? As for Rain, please come to the Resplendent Quarter with me. We'll all meet back here afterwards. I think I'm alright. Did you see them, those soldiers? They looked like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how can we hope to defend ourselves? My thanks. I'll be fine now, but we failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? Or were Val Wuklamat and Valkona? They're not to blame. I understand, I do, but I need to clear my head. Thank you, sir. But my husband and son, they were... Thank you. I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader. They say he looked like Zaraja. But that can't be true, can it? Why would the First Promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? Thank you. The pain is better now, but I can't stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? And why are those things still in the sky? We had peace under Golo Jaja. We were safe. But now... Fair, I don't know if it's the clouds, but I don't see any of the ships at the moment. Oh, there's one. Okay, there they are. To the south, that makes sense. You finished aiding the people here? Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children. No, now isn't the time. There are still others who need help. Would you go and see how things are at Talon March? And afterwards, go on and find Alizé at Bayside Bevy. There is no evidence of significant damage from the battle. The fighting did not spread this far, it seems. The fresh scorch marks on the ground are doubtless from the enemy assault. The shop appears to have weathered the chaos, though its wares have been strewn across the floor. The port remains unscathed, but the enemy ships continue to loom overhead. I've helped all those I could find, and seen them delivered into the Landsguard's care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Landsguard hadn't fought as bravely as they did. And if Zoraal Ja actually meant to harm the people, I mean, look around. The buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike whenever he pleases. But we can discuss that later. How is Lamati? Even after what happened to her father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest, and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her head towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Gornatruk Gleam Sands. The people are shaken. We must do what we can to help them, and quickly.
Steady now. I've brought you medicine. Drink.
There you are, Lamati. I was beginning to...
Come on. Come on.
Oh no.
Take it. Please.
It's her,
Lamati.
the older lady, I forget her name.
Lamati!
Oh. Oh. could I?
Look at me, Lamati. You need rest. You and him both. I will tend to this soul.
Okay, maybe it's not the nurse.
But my people... I have to help them.
The Landsguard have matters well in hand. Trust in them.
Right. The nurse was on the train south, so she could still have problems, but we don't know what was going on with the train and that electricity bubble.
If there's another attack, your people will need you to protect them. They'll need you to be sharp. So please rest. Consider it your duty.
I stood before them all. Said that we'd build a nation where everyone knows happiness. So much for that promise. What good is a vow of resolve who cannot save her people?
We'll handle this together, or you won't save your people by brooding. We'll handle this together.
You'll stick with me. Thank you. My head's a little clearer now. I need to concentrate on what I can do, rather than what I can't. We've dealt with unfriendly factions before. From Yokhui still longing for conquest, to adherents of blessed siblings, people who are unwilling to listen. Even so, I believe that by learning about one another and engaging in good faith, we could peacefully settle our differences. And we did. My brother is different. There'll be no reasoning with him. He killed our people, our father. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. What's more, he has power. The power to destroy the peace we've worked so hard to preserve. If I'm to protect that peace, then I must fight. I must confront Zorolja and kill him.
Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm fine. Just needed a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there for me, and for urging me on despite all my sulking. Sitting around complaining isn't very leader-like, is it? So much has happened so quickly. I struggle to make sense of it all. Strange soldiers, those floating ships, the new powers Zorolja commands. Given everything he's done, and still intends to do, I know I can't afford to run headlong into battle. Not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart lead me astray, but I will make it my strength. The strength to do what I must. Right, I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Kona. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Alice I'll be alright? He's probably at Bayside Bevy. I love this this song with these dissonant guitars that sound like the Tristram theme from the first Diablo. Oh, you're back. By that, I take it to mean Lamati is feeling better. She needs to be strong for the people of Tural. I understand that, but she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight. Together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. Pick up the pieces. Alice regards the fallen soldier thoughtfully. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or magitech weapon I've ever seen. As far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before. Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues as to Zoral Jao's new powers. In place of where eyes or a mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of this home. From a distance it appeared to be simple armor, but upon closer inspection its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it is made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've seen before. So, what do you think? It's unlike anything I've ever seen. It looks like a person, but it's clearly mechanical. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Indeed, while it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny, the lack of a face not least of all. Did you see any sign of a power source? Nope. So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuels. I tried channeling ether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now, a far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made from is a mystery. Rather than a metal, it's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? In the Skydeep Cenote. Or the palace is made of stone too. We have in the Skydeep Cenote. That's right, the glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate to the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observations with the others when we gather at Sunperch. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. Like all food, it is good food for that sweet, sweet 3% experience boost. It's like everyone is here already.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yyasulani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh my goodness, it's Catboy Tia. And Black Mage Stola, also known as the Shalada.
Raha! Y'shtola!
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest. But I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
You know things are getting serious and heating up when they break out everybody's favorite cat boy and everybody's favorite cat girl at the same time.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawn servant, addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Gulul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep Cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
it led to another reflection.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jaja, and what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allegan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then,
Seven hells! What did you do?
nothing.
An earthquake? None of this has ever happened before.
What? Why did he say that?
This is different. Hold on. Why would you...
Now what's this?
Well, that's what Zaraja opened the gate with. Who are these Lalafels and why are they giving baby? Like, we don't want to be parents, you take this. Peace. Well, that baby's not cryo, right? What if it was baby cryo? And that's why...
Never opened again. Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value.
So we noticed that Galuf is not the Lalafell, right? And yeah, his haircut did look like Mustadio's.
All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact, either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Sharlayan and raised her as his own.
It is a baby cryo.
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
Interdimensional Lalafell, let's go.
The forces that assailed Tuliyollal. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zaraja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit? You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zaraja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical armor.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
But we still don't know why the soldiers were sucking balls out of the people that they killed. And we don't know what Zoral Ja traded in exchange for this power. But maybe the two are connected.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
Well, maybe he let them live in this world. Something's wrong with theirs. We're going to find out. This looks like a job for the Scions. Oh my god, the Scions. Can we get away from the Scions, please?
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
We went this far without mentioning the Scions at all.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zoral Ja and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuli Yolal. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments. It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
I'm indebted to Ojika for overseeing our operations in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. I fear we need to know more if we're to defend against another assault. I struggle to believe I am from another reflection. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? Surely not. Y'shtola would have noticed. Gods, there's so much I don't understand. My head is ripe to burst. Please be safe. We'll find a way to breach the dome, and we'll make sure everyone inside is safe. It's embarrassing to think how Zaraja caught me unawares, but I've no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded were it anyone else. Who would have thought him taking that key would lead to all this? This talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad for your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. I know what I have to do now. Together as one, before investigating the dome, Wuklamat wishes to see to one important matter. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. They need to understand what's happened, and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk, and assure them that all will be well. But as shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are most distressed that truly need to hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in the city's recovery. You're to join us, Rain. While you handle that, Aaronville and I will see to provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must first know there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see to the resplendent quarter in Bayside Bevy, Alice and I will split the rest of the city between us. If Tuliyola falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms, everything we've worked so hard to build. Lives and communities and histories, all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Val Wuklamat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really? The Dawn servants have a plan already? They've lost so much, yet they're prepared to carry on. And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go hear what they intend to do. I still can't believe we were attacked. For a mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Val Wuklamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. This person does not need to be persuaded. Ah, okay, I see. Need to select the right NPCs. Sorrowful. Please, leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. Galul Jaja is slain, and yet Val Wuklamat and Val Kona still fight for our nation, for us. Very well. If they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Cheerful. Despairing. It's not safe here. Not anymore. I could try to leave Taral, but where else is there to go? You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here. But I fear nowhere in Taral is beyond the enemy's reach. What of the lands across the Salt? I know. Even if I ran, I know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tural. This is my home, and I know the Dawn servants would give their lives to defend her. I'll put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. Stockpiling, I don't know if they need to be talked to or not. I need to stock up food and medicine, as much as I can. And what else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. Sorry, sir, but I'm busy. Too much to do in too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here, find somewhere safe. Val Wuklamat wants to speak to us? Perhaps she has a plan then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. Flustered. Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Val Wuklamat and Val Kona mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they're resolved to face this. Maybe it is too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. Composed, probably not needing attention. Resting, apparently. I can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? And what are those strange machines looming overhead? Gods, I have so many questions. I see. It will put my mind at ease to learn something, anything, of the threat we face. Alright then, I'll go to the Winged Walk. Thank you. I feel better already, and likely better still once I hear what the Dawn servants have to say. I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Captain Ram. He has been patiently answering my few questions. Did you not see Alice on your way here? It seems Kryl and Erenville have yet to return, still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Thank you again for spreading word of our address. I fear those who needed assurance would not have been present otherwise. A few questions, more like bleeding broadside of them. Took me back to me time with Galoof, it did. Charlian scholars, I swear. It looks like you've brought quite a few people. Thank you. Alice had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. My apologies for involving you all in Turali affairs. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tural, sharing in the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zoraal and his army pose a threat not only to Tural, but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Thank you. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine, thanks to a little encouragement from Rain. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. We need to see a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. That he did.
Lamachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yyasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoralsha and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Dural's my home, and I'll do my part for it.
Hear, hear, brother.
That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're Tuliolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliola!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuliolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation, each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike.
Let's go.
Tuliyola will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
People of Tyrol have come together for this fight. We must endeavor not to fail them. It is inspiring to see such diverse peoples rally as one. She did well. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many I had won over, so I decided to keep at it. That was a rousing speech, was it not? Let us do our part to ensure that the Dawn servants can fulfill their promise to the people. Listening to Wuklamat and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of the Crystarium in like manner, and through their deeds they answered me. The people of Tyrol, too, will rise to occasion. This I can tell. I look forward to the day when peace is restored to Tyrol. There is so much I wish to see. In Yyasulani's shadow, Alphino is considering how best to help carry out Wuklamat's plan. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Wuklamat that... There you all are. Ah, Lamati. We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope, it was all the encouragement I could ask for. Right then, let's get going. We leave from the Jacques Tyrol Skygate. Bum 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 bum. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in Erenville's rucksack. Whoa. The dome appears to lie well beyond Yyasulani. A good thing we have Erenville to guide us. Yyasulani isn't exactly a short distance from Yyasulani. If the train isn't operating, we'll need to consider other means of travel. Kona and Ketanaram will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about that dome. As Lamati says, let's stay vigilant. Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zaraja and secure peace for Tuliolal. We'll be passing through Yyasulani, where there have been reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. Landsguard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. A display of force like the vessels in Tuliolal. Indeed. And while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We'll be passing a few settlements on the way to Yyasulani Station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Rain and I know a few locals who can help. Then let's divide into two groups. Erenville, Alice, and Rain will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone is finished, let us reconvene at Yyasulani Station. We can start with Husatawi. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kimaka should be able to tell us a few things. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. Everything seems in order at a glance. So this region has its own peacekeeping force. Oh, it's you two. And now B, Val Wukulmat as well. You're Sheriff of the Dust Watch, yes? What's the situation here in Husatawi? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Sheshanowetsi Springs yet. Apparently mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then the people there are in danger. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to Mewahetson. I'll accompany Erenville. See you all in a while. Bum 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 bum. And all clear this way. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. Did I run past someone? Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Walika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that Nito Wikwa is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. So those who are riding the train then are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Yyasulani. What a mess, and just after we finished fixing the tracks. The mechanical soldier shows no sign of life. It appears to have been run through with a polearm. Ah, so that's the way of it. Good thing he showed up when he did. Oh, Einstein. Einstein saved everybody. Iate. Rain, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had the chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for some of those in Yyasulani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika as well. You heard about the spearmen as well? That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone's spreading more gossip about me. Talk of how I saved the town travels fast, ha ha ha. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So you were indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? The little Jaja is slain? I'm afraid so. Zeralja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done, mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength, in which case, I will remain in Shaloni and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kona. Kona? Brother? Wait a second. You're the Vow of Resolve? I am, and you're Zekoa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shaloni, after all. Rain can attest to that. Glad to hear it. We leave Shaloni in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away, then. Stay safe out there, and don't do anything reckless. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. Right then, it's time we headed to the station and joined the others. Seems those soldiers only appeared in Sheshinowetsi Springs. Could they have been after the ceruleum? Seems the people of Shaloni are safe. What a relief. Mawahetson is safe, but the animals are unsettled by recent events. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claimed within its borders? Raha and I visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. I heard from Uklamat that Estinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people of Shaloni will have naught to fear. Thanks to Estinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaloni. At Sado were safe as well. At the very least, there were no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. The Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Sir Al-Ja and his army emerge from within, there must be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. These are the engineers of Jacques Tourelle Railing, which operates the train between Shaloni and Yyasulani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it outside? That seemed to be the case, yes. While we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went away to Yyasulani? Wuklamat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yyasulani. But when that big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Sir Al-Ja wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuliolal. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in so doing keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow. And we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling at it to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the train's in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a bomb. The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's a sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. But Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train. So have faith, and quit your complaining. What if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. We'll keep your wife safe, we promise. We won't leave you with any sorrows to drown, never fear. We'll keep your wife safe, we promise. I'll hold you to it. Can't start a family business without her, much less a family. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. Well, at least it'll go down as the legendary train that saved Tural. That it will, but first, we've got work to do, so she'll look the part. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. We'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tuliolal and inform Kona of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt, so we had best make it count. The ship seems content to remain waiting in the skies, so let's take this opportunity to do what we can and prepare. I hope Namika is safe. Well, we have our plan. Now let's finish this train and blast our way into the dome. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Walika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. Your plan is set, but Grahatia is not without the reservations. While I have no objections to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Zeralja will not strike Tuliolal in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliolal, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tuliolal in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Zeralja, at least until Tuliolal has shored up its defenses. Right, we'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us, during which time Kona will find a way to fortify Tuliolal. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Where to begin? Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish in no time at all. So what can we do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand it, the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the Rite of Succession. Would you happen to know a few who'd be willing to come and help us complete modifications to the train? Of course. What sort of craftsmen did you have in mind? Let's see now. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. Even with you all aboard to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they managed to get just one good hit on the cerulean tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldiers use lightning-based weapons, so I have a mind to install grounding rods. Would you happen to know a carpenter who could handle that? We could ask Wukevu, we could ask the fellow with a fetish for our formalities. Heh, you mean Wukevu. While he has his quirks, there's no questioning his carpentry. A master carpenter from Okanu, eh? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have them. But we'll need more than just a carpenter if we want this done in a timely fashion. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task. How about Gerfurler and the boys? Perhaps Von John Town can help, or Zermerwer. Zermerwer is the way. Zermerwer would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yakui, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. You're friends with the Yakui? I'll be damned. We'll not want for strength with help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of its own. Like as not, the soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons we can use? Borrow guns from Kona for everyone, or install ballistas on the train. Big ones. Ballistas, eh? While they'd be powerful, it seems to me it'd take too long to reload between shots. If there was some sort of ballista that could reload quickly, then that might work. But weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance. The Crystarium employed etheric cannons for its defenses, and I see no reason why the design cannot be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fan Zhentan can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so long as it's highly conductive to ether. To power the cannon, we will require fire-aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at the... Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at the springs can help with that. Then if I could leave the crystals and smiths in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Right then, I'll secure us the smiths. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Shenza's in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for the consultation. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. Sometimes a sentence structure just throws me for a loop. The plan's coming together. To make good speed, I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Yaktural. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Shenza over to the southeast. It's a shame Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I expect they'd turn it into a flying train. Shenza has given me a list of materials. We'll see to it they have everything they need. Right, time to put my knowledge gained in the first to use. That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you? Etheric cannons, interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals, though. Might be best if you spoke directly with the miner. Can I leave that to you? Great. You're friends with Iate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you the crystals you're after, it's her. Oh, Rain, what brings you around these parts? The purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before, but what was that about? A way to obtain fire crystals is on the tip of Yate's tongue. Now I remember, Cerulean Nalas. You can find them to the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you can believe it. If you want the purest crystals, though, you'll have to go after the oldest, toughest Analas. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Looking forward to seeing why Erenville thinks so highly of you. There's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. We think it's due to the ceruleum, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not that often you see the bigger dominating sort, and that's what you need. What you'll have to do is hunt down a few of their kind. Establish yourself as a threat. That's known to draw out the leader. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, I'll keep watch nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. The leaders are certain to show up if you kill a few of the common ones. It's only a matter of when. Really, this guy's gonna stare right at my quest point? Of course, of course. You see no signs of your prey. Perhaps you'll have better luck through the south. Clear fire crystal, a fire crystal of the highest purity taken from the belly of a beast. Amazing, you dealt with the beasts in no time at all. You need the crystals delivered to Shenzo? I'll see that he gets it. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders. And though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking this, please take care of Elenesh. Elenesh Bia. Anyway, I'd best be on my way, and you as well. In case you're going to meet her, I saw Wuklamat heading for the station. Bye, Iate. Thank you. I think all the accessories from the extreme as well. Like, I think they just want people to have more reasons to farm the extremes, and so they actually made all of the weapons good, and all the accessories good. Taken care of the crystals, have you? Things proceed at pace here too, but don't quote me on that. I might be mistaken. That's just, I think I remember seeing that. Senza told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Damn it, I'm idle for a moment and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Erenville. We'll be on our way soon, and we'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about her time together with Papa. Oh, she'll talk your ears off. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliolol, I had been wondering if there was aught I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation from Valcona, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of mezcal. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gerfurler does the same at the capital. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's get to it, my friends. Yeah, let's get to it. Whoa. Alright everyone, that'll do it. It was a nice montage. You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed. We must all do our part when our nation is imperiled. Hear, hear. We love Tyrol, and we love you, Val Wuklamot. Aww. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Train bomb, train bomb, train bomb. Kaboom, kaboom. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready.